Okay, going into the Southampton game, Smurf, are you feeling confident? Okay, what kind of formation do you think? Do you think that we should stick with the previous formation, or any players that you're looking forward to for that to put into that game?
Of course, if you ask me personally, I would love to see Sancho brought into the team together with Mason Greenwood, Bruno, and is kawan ni fit dia dah?
I was like,
Okay.
Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel. Yes, dengan bangga ni Buatan Malaysia. If you are new to our channel, please smash the like button, click subscribe at the bottom right hand corner and join us on our hashtag Road to 1000 subs. Okay, we are almost there, guys. Let's push forward, all right? Okay, and in addition to that, please turn on the bell notification so that you will be notified when we release a new video. Now, Doc, you took over the role already.
I got fired.
And also, guys, please check out our Telegram group as we have a great community and it's growing by the day. Links in the description below. Okay, so back to our United content. It has been a couple of days after that kick-ass game. Adrenaline is pretty much now normalized today. We are all feeling calm, composed. We can actually analyze what happened in that game. Okay, so maybe Doc, just give us a brief summary of what you feel about the game that day against Leeds.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful to get off to a good start. A little bit disappointed that, before the game, a lot of fans already started, we're back to the same starting lineup. No
Smurf. Yeah. Hey, that was Raj, not me.
No, I mean, it's not only here, but in some of the other groups. Anyway,
sorry, Raj.
It was a bit disheartening before even the ball was kicked. Everybody's becoming so negative. But I think the masterstroke was to unveil Rafael Varane in front of the 70,000 strong crowd. Got the crowd on our side. I think we started very well. Good attacking football, even though we played with a double pivot again. But good attacking football. I think even the double pivot, we saw Fred going forward. We saw McTominay going forward. Beautiful goals. Pogba was on fire. I hope we can do this more often. So good start to the season overall. Just hope we can keep building the momentum with some of the smaller games coming up. I think it's good to get a great start to the season.
Okay, Smurf, maybe just run through with all of us here and also the viewers the formation that Ole Gunnar used for the game against Leeds.
I think he actually came on top in terms of formation, in a sense that he used a double pivot. Yes, he used a double pivot, but we played really high, and fortunately, Leeds actually played coach, which was a single DM on that particular day, and it was very much more of a man-to-man marking in the middle, if you ask me. And what actually made United better was because of individual brilliance, if you ask me. Bruno, his movement, Pogba would actually come in, Shaw would actually move up a little bit, and the fluid in the midfield was exclusive, if you ask me. And this made the difference. And yeah, we went on and just scored 5 goals, and it was just a great feeling at the end of the day. And if you ask me, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he is getting his tactics right. He just got to keep it up, and yeah, just for the next 37 more games in the season in the league, and also make substitutions a little bit more faster compared to last season's and final in the Europa.
Okay, Smurf, actually just a quick question. Okay, how much do you think, right, the involvement of the fans back in the stadium, the impact on that game, they call it the 12 men on the field, the impact of the fans. Do you think that actually, in a way, made Leeds a bit intimidated, the players a bit intimidated? So, in a way that helped us to actually perform better also in a way.
I think we all know that Manchester United, we hate Leeds United. We hate them. They are our rivals. Okay, we hate them as much as we hate Liverpool, maybe even more, maybe even less. It doesn't really matter, but we hate them. So yes, if you ask me, the fan support, the comeback of the fans, they were tremendous. And of course, we had the 12 player on the pitch. That was the entire stadium fans who was behind United on that particular day.
Okay, looking at how this particular formation was so potent against Leeds and whatnot, do you think that we can still use such a formation with the other games in hand, Josh, the games coming up? And
well,
of course,
I think,
sorry, one more thing just to add on. Do you think that we still need to buy a CDM? Since that, we are already scoring 5 goals, man. Everyone is playing free-flowing football. Everyone is so happy. What do you think about that, Josh?
Well, I just want to echo what Smo said, that 5-1 result, if this was last season, playing in any other stadium, and if it was Old Trafford without the fans, it would have been 1-1. Because what driven the performance of each and every player yesterday or the day before, it was the crowd. The crowd actually played explicitly. If Fred can score that goal, that means we actually played really, 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 really well. And the other team was really that bad.
Don't talk about Fred, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. Fred is good. Okay, Fred is not bad.
I don't know. I'll still stick as Fred to fraud. So yeah, but like you said, if we need a CDM, yes, I still feel we need a very, very important CDM. The reason why I say this is, McTominay played a brilliant game yesterday, but can he play that consistently for 38 games? I cannot answer that because I don't think that. I don't think so. He can be that consistent every time. Can Fred play that role? I already told my answer. He's literally, sometimes like a headless chicken. But we need the CDM. If let's bring in Declan Rice. I think that is the missing jigsaw that we really need to at least get that one Premiership title or the one Champions League. Not to say that we can't do it now. It's just that I think the adrenaline, the fans has driven us to this kind of results. And not to be disrespectful to Leeds, it's just that Leeds wasn't the best of form, and hence you see that they don't even have their main player Calvin Phillips to mark the playmaker that we had. That's why even when Bruno and Pogba showed up, that was demolition game for Leeds. So yeah, we definitely need that CDM signing. If not this season, if not this window, I hope January, because we really, really need the strong CDM like Declan Rice.
So speaking about, there's rumors going on, actually not rumors, quite concrete rumors, so to speak, that Jesse Lingard is actually looking to move to West Ham at the moment because from the game that day, it seems like he would just be a bench player and then he would really have to struggle to fight to be in the first 11. So do you guys in general think that we should move him on or should we keep him since, Rashford is injured? Okay, Marcel haven't really picked up on the form and whatnot. And then probably the youngsters like Ilanga and Ahmad, they are going out on what do you guys think in general? Josh, what do you think?
I'm an Lingard in because I think we need to give him a chance. Yes, there will be many haters. I'm with Lingard on this because I think he deserves a chance. He loves Manchester United. I think he performed really, really well for West Ham. Didn't have the chance with United. Didn't break through the front three. But I think given the chance, I think he will be making an impact as an early start. And with the 6 games remaining or the easier run that we have, he might be a very important player to get that extra winning mentality or even coming in as a sub. So I think we should keep him if Lingard sets his mind to it, and knowing that next year there is a England World Cup as well. So he might want just to prove a point in this Manchester United team. So you get Champions League football, you get the cup games, you get the Premiership. So why not? Let's keep him, and we need the squad depth.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, Doc, on this one, right? Because we talk about the importance of having a CDM, but currently in United, for us to actually pursue a CDM, we need to clear some excess baggage. And then one of the more, easier one to sell is actually Jesse Lingard. So just to, the question that I point to Josh, would you move Jesse Lingard for a CDM or would you keep him?
I think if we are getting a replacements coming in for him, then if he wants to go, we might have to let him go. Because we cannot guarantee him so many games as well. But if there's nobody coming in, I would keep him. Remember, he's one of the few players who had a full preseason. He looked good in preseason, and he's a guy who can probably, impact things off the bench, or even if you want to rest some players, he's a guy who is going to come in and if he plays like how he's been playing, in the end of the last season with West Ham and even in preseason, I think he'd be a good addition. He's always a goal threat as well when he's in this kind of form. So I would actually keep him for now if there's nobody coming in. But if there's players coming in who are going to challenge the first team squad, and if he wants to leave, then, in all due respect for him and his services to the club, then we should let him move on. But otherwise, I think we should keep him for now.
Okay.
If you are going to sell Lingard before Pereira, then there's something wrong, especially if Lingard wants to stay.
Pereira, we can't sell you. That's the problem.
Don't need lah.
Trying to get rid of him, but he doesn't want to go. But I saw some rumors today. One of the Brazilian teams are coming in for him for loan, I think.
For Pereira, no, the problem is we don't want to loan, we want to sell. No point. No waste time. Like, please sell. Please
Loan,
sell. Yeah,
loan with option to buy.
We keep forgetting about Pereira. Yeah,
But they will send him back.
Okay, guys. Okay, echoing what Josh mentioned just now about Bruno. It was a Bruno and Pogba masterclass. Okay, there's apparently there's news out there going that PSG is willing to offer Paul Pogba 500,000. I think it's 500,000 euros a week. Okay, for his service next season. Okay, so Danny, do you think that right during this remaining 1 year of his contract, right, should we try and offer him something similar in this kind of range, a monetary range, to keep him at our team? I mean, seeing his performance that day.
First of all, this is a very Raiola move to release the amount that PSG is giving to give him a chance to bargain with the United board. Pogba did really well in the first game. It's just that I feel that maybe we need to see a few more performances that come in, whether we can, and don't just offer straight. Also, remember, transfer window is still open. Let's see how he plays after the transfer window. If he has to leave for free at the end of the year, but gives us his all this season, I won't feel that bad. Or by January, if he's really making a very big difference in the team, I suppose we can try and match what PSG is giving. And if he really likes the team, he will probably be committed and take the contract. But now, if you ask me, you want to give him the 500k, I don't think it's we are at that point yet. He's a good player. He's a great player. He played well the last game. I just think we need to see more of this and not jump to just after one game.
But do you see the improvement in his mood, so to speak? Pogba is the kind of player when he's happy, he will perform. Okay, I think the one that really goes for the money is actually his big fat agent, the snake, the fat snake. Then for Pogba wise, right, do you see an improvement in his overall happiness, so to speak, in the game that day? The way he celebrated, everything.
If based on that day, the last game, I really see he was giving 100%. He was all in, super semangat and playing. I definitely could see the difference. But then again, we've also had this in the previous season, sunny 2-3 games. You'll see the Pogba, and then he'll go missing. This is why I say maybe we wait for the transfer window to finish. See if he's really playing for a move or for a contract, or really he's playing for United. I have nothing against Pogba. Just take 500k just like that. We're going to be stuck with him for the next 5 years then. So once he's playing, maybe toward middle of the season, then we can see what's his commitment like. Is he okay to sign? Does he want to take whatever United is offering? That's what I feel.
Yeah, and I mean, Danny, you're right at that point, and we are judging him based on this one game, Yes, he played fantastic. He had 4 assists, and this is one of the best games he ever played for Manchester United, to be really honest. To give him that 500,000, even though he performed 2 or 3 more games like this, I still feel that, no player is bigger than the club. I think we shouldn't set the precedent of having this kind of mentality, you perform 3-4 games like this and then you reward the friend. Let's reward him as soon as we win the Champions League or the Premier League and so forth, and then have a ceiling to performing players. I think we should have that in place. And you know what? If he goes to out of BPL, he's only going to go to PSG, and the only trophy that he's going to play with elite clubs is the Champions League. And you know what? What if he fails? He's actually taking a big risk. And if he fails, he don't get a starting lineup. He don't perform well for PSG. He doesn't get a starting 11. Then what? Then he will only impact his own self. So why not create? Earn what we earn. If let's say if it's 300, 350, in that range, of course you can still consider max 4 in that cap, and create history in Manchester United. If he really loves the club, he wants to play for the badge, create history, and then that offer will come in eventually when he gets 32 or 33 or 34. A Qatar team might come in, a China team might come in, a PSG again will come in. He might get even more than his 500. So you know what? Spend these 2-3 years. Maybe do a contract for 2 years with Manchester United and see how it goes. I think that will be his only way to create the legendary status with Manchester United if we can.
Yeah, I think just to add on, he did have a wonderful game today, 4 assists. But let's not forget, the whole of last season, he only had 3 assists. Coming for an attacking midfielder, I think that's not acceptable. We also saw his performances last season. McTominay had more goals than him, and assists also not there. So, I mean, based on one game, I wouldn't reward him with a new contract like this. But if he's performing, and one thing that bugs me about Pogba is this: his agent has come on and said he's unhappy and all these things, right? He has never once said or indicated that he wants to stay. And for me, that is key. If you are really a player who's dedicated, you would come on and say, look, I want to stay here. Right? But that's fine if he wants. But the thing is, he needs to perform on a more consistent basis for me. If he can put performance like this week in, week out, then it's fantastic. You can reward him with a new contract. But it needs to be really, really consistent.
No, the one thing that you guys talk about, yes, I totally agree with what you guys are saying. Okay, but then one thing about Paul Pogba, most of all the talking, like you mentioned, is from his agent. You don't actually see Paul Pogba, like throwing tantrums, like refusing to play for games, like don't turn up for training, like for example Lukaku. And then the most recent case with Harry Kane. Okay, Harry Kane not turning up for that particular game that day against Man City for personal reasons or whatnot. So, I mean, we, at least to a certain degree, he's professional in a sense. What do you think about that, Doc?
Well, I think professionalism can be defined in many ways, right? One thing is, even from what his agents are saying, if he was professional enough, he should come on and say, look, I want to stay here. This is the club for me. This is my club. I want to perform. I want to prove myself here. That is also professionalism. Not just if I turn up for training, but I don't perform and all, and it's still not professional for me. But then again, if you compare Harry Kane and Paul Pogba, of course, I understand a lot of, there's a lot of targeting of Paul Pogba because of some of the things he does, right? He's dancing on the ground, his social media things, his hair color, and that sometimes attracts more attention. If you compare with Kane, who's been like a model professional, doesn't do these kind of things, and that is why probably the English media, and also to a certain extent, of course, he's English, right? Yeah, so there's probably some little bit of bias for Harry Kane, but again, he does not bring a lot of things onto himself.
Okay, maybe Smurf, what do you think about this? The comparison of Harry Kane and Paul Pogba. It's like always Paul Pogba will be the center of the negative, side of thing, whereas Harry Kane is seen as a saint kind of thing. Okay, if Paul Pogba were to do what Harry Kane is currently doing, just did, right, he will be definitely crucified by the press. So what do you think about that, Smurf?
That's suicidal for Paul Pogba if he did that. Yes, I agree. Especially Paul Pogba, like what Doc said, he tends to gain a lot of attention through his lifestyle, his social media, the way he presents himself, comparable to Kane. And a lot of people are saying that Kane is an angel. He is doing it for the better of him and blah blah blah. But for me, as a matter of fact, Kane should actually be in the squad. Though Nuno was the one who actually came out and said before the game that Kane was not fit, not ready for the game. He was training in the morning and so on. Well, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure how true that is. But put it that way, if that was Paul Pogba, that's about it. He would have been crucified, like you mentioned. That's suicidal for him. So there's always double standards in football. There's always double standards. It can be from the same batch of fans, or it can be from different fans. But this is the way. This is football, if you ask me.
I mean, Pogba is a pantomime villain, Would you rather read news about Paul Pogba being an ass or Harry Kane being,
Angel.
Yeah, angel. So obviously Paul Pogba sells papers. And we look at now modern day of clickbait and all the things. The moment you see something of Pogba, everybody wants to go in. So that's another reason why, he's always in the news as well, probably.
Okay, moving on. There's a news, again, another rumor that apparently our very own beloved Cristiano Ronaldo, is moving to Manchester City. So, Danny, what do you think about that?
I really hope it's not true. I think it's not true. I'll be absolutely devastated, may even cry if he moves to City. But saying that, if you have a chance to get him, I wouldn't mind him back in our team.
So maybe Josh, anything you want to add on to that? Ronaldo going to City.
If it does happen,
if it does happen,
It's pretty much unlikely lah. It's very much. It's like having Manchester United signing Steven Gerrard back or as a manager also. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think. And if City does that, it's just a City tour lah. It wouldn't be signing Ronaldo to Manchester City lah. But I think if Ronaldo had the chance to come back to Premier League, I really hope that he comes to Manchester United, because I think we need that reinforcement back as a striker if Cavani gets injured, and he would be something that can lead the youngsters also. So yeah, why not? I think he should come to Manchester United, not Manchester City.
Yeah, I think just to add on to that, right, I think Ronaldo is a smart guy. He's a smart guy, he's a respectful guy. He knows his status among the Old Trafford faithful. He's not going to jeopardize it by going to City. Right? He respects the club, he respects the fans, he respects Fergie as his footballing father, he always says, right? And I bet if he ever were going to move to City, Fergie would be the first person to call him and give him a hair dryer over the phone. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to happen. And again, adding to what Danny and Josh said, if there is a chance, and if they say the figure bandied around is 25 million, I'd sign him back for United. The impact that he would bring to the club, he's now more of a striking role. What he can do to the kids, Mason, Greenwood, Rashford, they can learn so much from him. Don't forget, he started off as a winger. He has reinvented himself into a central striker, and he can teach them so many things, from the behavior, how he carries himself, how he trains, how he behaves on the pitch. Right? So there are a lot of things they can learn, the movement, everything. So he would be a great guy to add back. Definitely. 100% yes.
Yeah, definitely. You see, with Ronaldo and Messi, they say is 34, 35. We don't want to sign back somebody who's old. But these matcha standards have not dropped. In the last 10, 15 years, how many frauds have come in as the next Messi or next Ronaldo? And he outperforms everybody every year up till now. We are not getting somebody who's looking for a retirement home. He's still performing at the top of his game. He's still performing in the whole of the United team. He outscores everybody. So I really don't think there's a downside to him coming into the team.
Yeah, and also not to forget the number of jerseys he would have sell if he actually comes back to United.
He's definitely not going to City . No way . No way. There's no way .
Exactly. Okay, guys. The next game for the weekend, it will be against Southampton. Okay, going into the Southampton game, Smurf, are you feeling confident? Okay, what kind of formation do you think? Do you think that we should stick with the previous formation, or any players that you're looking forward to for that to put into that game?
Of course, if you ask me personally, I would love to see Sancho brought into the team together with Mason Greenwood, Bruno, and is Cavani fit yet?
I was like,
Okay. Okay, probably
come on.
Okay, we probably if Cavani is fit, of course, I'll definitely go on with Cavani. But if he's not ready for the game or so on, then it will be a good opportunity to probably give Martial a start. And I think in regards to the formation, playing double pivot might work for this game, but we would have to move our team much higher, because we need to press Southampton. I mean, look at the first goal that Everton scored. Southampton scored. Basically, they pressed really high up. They pressed really high up, and they scored the goal. But besides that, they were basically just at the back. So for me, if we must press them high up so that they have no opportunity going forward. Okay, we have to cut all their plays in the middle, and we have to basically press high up to make it happen. If you ask me personally, I think the game would be a high scoring game, hopefully, and we should actually win the game probably by 3 or 4-0.
So your score prediction is true.
If there's no mistakes made at the back, Warren comes into the team. Yeah, I think that's it.
I personally Warren should walk into the team, because Southampton, the key will be the set pieces. We need somebody dominant in the air, and for me, Lindelof, of course, in the air is his biggest problem. I think Varane should come in for this game, if you ask me.
But Varane, I don't think he will be fit for this game, because I think currently they are playing a game behind closed doors, right? But Varane is not have not started. So
he has not started. I mean, we can just hope that he would actually come into the team. But if he doesn't, then we hope that Lindelof will continue his performance he put up against Leeds.
Or what we could do, right? We could do the unveiling of Rafael Varane again, which will lead the fire. This Lindelof ass.
I was afraid that you said we're going to bring Jones back to the squad.
Our erstwhile number 4.
Okay, maybe let's just do a quick round robin. Okay, Doc, your score prediction for this coming weekend, the game.
3-0, clean sheet for De Gea to get off some points in my fantasy team.
I need Marcel to score. Serious, I need him to score.
That's why I named him because of you. No means he will be Cavani.
Okay, Josh, how about you, Josh? Score predictions.
I think this is where the DMs will be tested. McTominay and Fred. I think they will be starting. Ole will not change much. I think only Sancho coming in. I'm not sure if Lindelof will be out and Varane coming in, which I hope that 2 changes happen. I think it will be 3-0 for us. They might just compose it a little bit more passing. They won't like trash Southampton or something like that. I don't think they will do that because I think they need more game time as well. So I think 3-0 for Manchester United over Southampton away. That'll be a great result.
Okay, Danny, how about you?
I'm going with 2-0. But I agree with Doc and Josh.
Marcel to score? I'm
Hopefully.
waiting for one of you to say that so I can do the closing.
He needs to score one to start his kickstart of the goal scoring. If you ask me, he needs to gain that confidence. So as a striker, he only gains confidence by scoring. So we can just pray that he will score one against Southampton if he starts or if he plays in that game.
Actually, in all seriousness, a goal would be great. But then actually, I'm looking forward to the link-up play. The front three, okay, Mason Greenwood, Bruno, Martial, Pogba, or whatnot. I want to see them interchanging and whatnot. Is he running at defenders and stuff? That one will be awesome, man. Okay, so guys, we're at the end of our show. What do you guys think about the Paul Pogba and Harry Kane comparison? Okay, what's your take on the game for this weekend? Score predictions? Leave it in the comment below. Like usual, please like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. He's the new ice cream man now. Okay, see you guys soon in the next video. Okay, cheers, guys.